Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Franchise Interviews on Blog Talk Radio on this Friday evening, March 14th. And we're continuing our interview with Gary Harspt, who is the founder and CEO of Six Disciplines Franchise Opportunity, as well as the book, Six Disciplines for Excellence. And in part two, Gary dives a little deeper into the Six Disciplines franchise, as well as training. So enjoy, and we'll see you again soon for another great show. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Franchise Interviews, Asking the Entrepreneur Who Owns One. I'm your host, Marty McDermott, with my co-host, Don Johnson. And if you've ever dreamed about owning your own business, then this is a show to listen to. And today we have a very special guest, Gary Harspt, who's the author, founder, and CEO of the Franchise Opportunity Six Disciplines Corporation. And Don, I think I'm up. Gary, I wanted to get back to talking a little bit about the industry. How big is your industry?
You say that, you mean who we're targeting as clients?
Yeah, the industry in general, yeah. I mean, what's the market like as far as market potential?
Yes, we are targeting organizations that are between 20 and 200 computer users. We use that distinction because the effectiveness of the methodology is tied to kind of the front office kind of worker.
Right.
And so we can have a manufacturer that's larger than 200, but the question is how many are in the sort of front office operations.
I see.
There are about 1 million businesses, 1.2 million in the U.S. That are between 10 and 200 employees. We target a little higher than that, maybe 20 employees, 20 and up. So it's over 1 million businesses.
So big enough.
We divide up the market.
Right.
We divide up the market into about 70 regions in the country. We really want our centers to have all the market opportunity within about an hour's drive of their center. So we're not planning on having a lot of centers, probably less than 100 total.
Okay, good. That's nice how you do that, Gary, how you give the franchisee plenty of room to expand. Whereas, I mean, a lot of franchisors, unfortunately, they maybe overexpand, don't give franchisees enough, area to expand, and sometimes it makes it a little difficult. Sometimes they decide not to go with that franchise because of not having enough growth potential or territory. So that's nice you do that. What types of characteristics, Gary, make a successful Six Disciplines franchisee?
Well, you just sort of touched on something that was key. Most franchises were developed where somebody got a business model. I heard you talking about McDonald's earlier, a working model, and then somebody else comes along and says, hey, we could sell more of these. And in that model, there's a proven business, and the question is how to train others to execute that proven business. We're in a little different situation where we started with an idea that said, there's a problem here that needs to be solved that's never been solved before. What is it going to take to solve this problem? And then we designed around it. And we felt like the franchise model was a very critical element in delivering this solution because it's a brand new idea. Nobody has seen what we do before. And so we decided to attract franchisees who realized this is a new idea. We gave them a protected territory so that they were going to have to invest more than most in not buying the franchise, but in building the brand name and building their client base and educating their local market on what this is all about. And we felt like the only way we could justify to them making that kind of investment was to give them a large enough territory that they would see a good return on that over time. So what that leads to is you need somebody that's a little more long-term thinking. This is not like a subway that everybody knows works and there's one halfway down the block. This is more, hey, I'm going into Columbus, Ohio, and develop that market, and I will own it. And 5 years, 7 years down the road, this will be everything I put into this market will be mine. See the difference? So it's a little bit more of an entrepreneurial kind of person, a little more willing to make those kind of investments. They also need to have great connections in the marketplace. See, we don't have a brand name that's known nationally. And so we find that our center operators really need to provide almost a substitute for the brand in that market for the first year. What I mean by that is that they bring contacts with other CEOs, things like that, to the table, and they can get in to see them and explain this idea. Clients love it once they understand it, but they've never heard of it. And, getting to a CEO, that's who we're selling to, is hard. So we really look for franchisees that have great contacts in the marketplace, probably have been a CEO themselves or a very senior executive, have a Rolodex of people to start with while they're building the brand.
And your services are obviously unique because of how much that you do. But you do accept some input from franchisees. Then your franchisees come up with something that you think is interesting. You might add to the program. Does that happen, Gary?
Yes, it has. Well, that's a pillar. The fourth element of the program I mentioned earlier has to do with the community learning, and we are doing something that's not been done before, so the learning curve is very high. So absolutely, we have what we call a system, an internet-based system, where every piece of feedback we get from clients is processed at corporate, and we meet regularly with our centers to say, how could we do this better? So in a way, our franchisees are partners because they recognize this is kind of an early stage and we're all developing it together.
Right.
So it's not like the 40,000th and first McDonald's. And that attracts a certain kind of center owner. Some really like that. They like getting in before it's all baked.
Right. Yeah, they see a nice opportunity. Talk about training a little bit, Gary. Tell us about for a new franchisee, please.
Yeah, because of we're offering a program, we have to train a lot, and other franchises that might be on how to lay out the traffic flow for the lines, retail lines, things like that. For us,
right,
the methodology. How do you go into a client and teach them these best practices for planning, goal setting, measurement, all those things? So we have a very rigorous training program that is a combination of today's technology. We do lots of things where you can download audio training on your iPod, for example. Right. We have about 2 weeks training we do here at corporate where we bring you in after you've done the prerequisite training with the internet-based training and those sorts of things. And then we go do field certification after you've done training. We go with you with your first client to make sure that that's all going well, and we'll go to the second if we need to. So we sort of have electronic type things, internet-based stuff as preparation. Then we have corporate training at headquarters, and then we send our field people out to do it with you after the fact. So it's really important to us and that's what appeals about the franchise, is that everybody in our system follows the best practices we're developing, and so the Six Disciplines brand stands for the same thing in L.A. that it does in Chicago.
Right. What's a typical day like, Gary, as for a Six Disciplines franchisee?
Well, there are two kinds of positions in a franchise location. One is what we call a business coach, who is the senior person that calls on prospective CEOs, and through that person's business background establishes a relationship enough to be able to explain what we do and build their trust that we can help them. And so that type of person, the business coach, will spend half their day or half their time meeting with new prospects and building that pipeline. And the other half of their time is coaching our existing clients, where we do we have an annual retreat where we walk them through all the Six Disciplines and help them prepare their annual plans. And then we have quarterly follow-up meetings with every one of our clients. So the business coach spends about half their time developing new clients and the other half of their time with clients. And a business coach can handle in total about 15 to 20 clients, and then they're maxed out. And so the other kind of coach we have, we call an engagement coach. They spend full time not with the senior management team, but with the rest of the organization down at the department level, the project leader level, the individual worker level, coaching them on how to stay with the methodology and use it. So we really assign 2 people per client, and that team together can handle about 30 clients. So the first position is kind of more sales oriented and working with senior executives. The other person is a trainer and a coach for everyone else in the organization.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. It makes a lot of sense, yeah. Gary, we have about 30 seconds. What's the best way for someone to get in touch with you if they want more information on becoming a Six Disciplines franchisee or just your service in general? Should they go to the website?
I'd say, yeah, the website for sure, www.sixdisciplines.com, and six is spelled out, S-I-X. The other thing I'd say is to read the book. It probably does more than anything else to give people a sense of what we really do and what we're all about. And that's available on Amazon or really any major bookstore.
And that's Six Disciplines for Excellence. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to thank you again, Gary. I think there's more to talk about, so I'd hope to have you back in on a future show. It was a pleasure.
I'd love to do that.
Very interesting, Gary.
Yeah, very interesting, and we'll talk to you soon.
Good luck, Gary.
Thanks,
You.
Gary.
Have a good day.
Great show, huh, Don?
Yeah, definitely.
They're very, very knowledgeable, and, like you said, they really go beyond business coaching, They really take it to the next level, so...
Found myself writing down a lot of notes as he was speaking.
Me too. I think we had a lot to learn, too,
He's an author, CEO, he's had a lot of experience, he's helped a lot of companies, has, a lot more companies to help, so...
Right,
he's on the right track, doing great things.
Well, another great show. Don did a great job, and next week we have, wireless toys?
Yeah.
So go to the website, franchiseinterviews.com, and we'll see everybody next week.
Great, good.
Have a great day, Don. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wishing you let me